Hey, what's going on, guys and ladies and gentlemen? Gentlemen. How's everyone doing? This Red with the Red Podcast YouTube channel and Instagram. All right. Yesterday, I was on YouTube, as I always am, and I happened to run into a video of Whitney Cummings. Oh no, you know what? Actually, I was on Instagram, and I ran into her page because I follow her. I think she's freaking awesome. But then I saw a video that she posted, and I was so like, Jesus Christ, really, Whitney? Are you really saying this? Jeez, man. Break. And I decided to take some notes right here, and and make a YouTube video and elaborate on what she said. And I know she possibly means it in a joking way because she's a comic, and I understand that, but I actually think she means it. She just, you know what? It did not even seem like a, like she was doing stand up. It seemed like she was almost preaching or giving a speech to all women to be great, or not even to be great, but to, you know what? Hold on. I'm going to stop this explanation thing, and I'm just going to go with my notes. All right, so she's on a podium and she's talking to the masses. All right, and this is what she says. She says, if people call you a flake, it means that you're taking care of yourself and you're making healthy choices. And I'm like, really? No, that's not what it means. If people are calling you a flake, what it means is that you're not coming through your commitments. You're committing to things and you're not coming through. You're not. I mean, you're being a flake. You say, "Oh yeah, I'm going," and you don't show up. "Oh yeah, I'll do it," and you don't do it. I mean, you're just not reliable. You're not a reliable person. You're not someone that people can count on, and they call you a flake. It doesn't mean that you're making healthy choices. I mean, unless you're like, "Oh yeah, let's go and, I don't know, jump off a building without a parachute." Well, yeah, you make a healthy choice by not showing up. But I know that's not what she means. And then she's like, if people call you a bitch, I'm still a little bit sick. It means that you refuse to be a doormat and you have strong opinions. Not really. And let me explain why. If people call you a bitch, and it's not even for women, it's just overall, because, I mean, men can also be called a bitch, And it's not because you're not, like, refuse to be a doormat for people, and you're making, and because you have strong opinions. If people are calling you a bitch, it's because you're probably acting like a bitch. And I don't mean a bitch like a dog bitch, or that you're sleeping with many men. I'm not saying that. A bitch like you just have a very bitchy attitude. You're being a bitch to people. You're not being kind and considerate. You're like, dude, man, stop being such a bitch. Even guys tell that to each other. Like, stop with that attitude. What's wrong with you? So, no, Whitney, I'm sorry. You're way off. You're not even close to making any sense. And then she's like, well, if people call you a loof, it means that you're busy to make small talk. with everyone. I'm like, oh man, does she even know the definition of the words that she's mentioning? Really? Like, you know what? I'm sure no one, I mean, she's a great comic, and I think she was like producing a show or something, and she was really good at it. I haven't seen the show, to be honest, but I heard that she's like super talented, and I'm sure that she's not like a Will Smith or like super famous actress. I mean, she's known, but I cannot picture her not being able to walk the streets without people just running and asking her for her autograph and picture and all this and that. I'm pretty sure, I mean, she gets it, but I'm also quite certain that she could walk down Hollywood, Melrose, and Sunset, and it's not a big deal. I mean, yeah, she's famous. She's not like, holy shit, look at that. Look at what I see. I never thought, she's not a Meryl Streep or nothing like that. So, no. I mean, and I know it's not the same, but somewhat it is, somewhat it's not. I'm sure that not everybody wants to make small talk with her. Some people might just want to say hi. Oh, hi, Whitney, hi. That's it. Occasionally, she'll get a hardcore fan that probably wants a picture or an autograph or selfie with her or whatever. But I met Mr. T. I worked at Staples Center many years ago. I worked there for a year. And you know what? I'm gonna tell you what. I know Mr. T. I mean, he's way past his prime, and I understand that. One of the nicest guys I've ever ran into. He would shake literally everyone's hand that crosses his path. He would go like out of his way. Oh, hi, how are you? Hi, how are you? Have a great day. Hi, how are you? Have a great day. Hi, how are you? Like, nice to meet you. Sweetest guy. He actually takes time to literally greet everybody. Damn, you know what? I'm getting closer to the beach, and the clouds that are out and the sun is giving such beautiful, gorgeous shade contrast that I'm pretty positive that there's gonna be some awesome pictures coming up on my Instagram. So follow me, The Red Podcast, on Instagram, and you're gonna see what I'm talking about. You know what? Sweetest guy, Mr. T. And also Michael Keaton, from Batman. Jesus Christ, man. I cannot stop saying how great they are to their fans. Michael Keaton always I'm not sure if this is how he rolls throughout his life, but always running late to watch his games, like a Staples Center. I actually forgot if he used to go for hockey or for basketball. I'm not really sure. I cannot remember, so I'm not gonna make something up. But he walked through my door plenty of times, and I mean, talking about having fans, and Michael Keaton, he's not in his primes anymore as well, just like Mr. T. Jesus Christ, he has fans, and he will take time to sign autographs and take pictures with every single person that calls his name and asks him for an autograph or a picture. Every single one of them. Every single time. and it's funny because he used to be like, I'm kind of running late. Okay. Picture. Okay, bye. And someone else, oh, Michael Keaton, can I have a picture? Okay. And okay, bye, I'm kind of running late. Oh, and someone else, oh, Michael Keaton, can I have an autograph? Oh my God, okay. Never said no. Never, not once did I see him say no to a fan. So Whitney Cummings, come on, man. Really? Are you above people? Like you're like at the peak of the mountain just looking down on people because you're that freaking great? No, you're a great comic. You're very talented. You're a talented writer. That's it. I mean, Jesus Christ. You know, if people are calling you aloof, it means that you're probably deceiving your fans or people that want to say hi to you. I mean, you know, and I'm a fan of Whitney Cummings. I'm definitely a fan. But this video, I'm like, oh my God, just left me a sour taste in my mouth. Like, you know, I mean, probably people want to say hi and, oh, hi, Whitney, this and that. And you're probably the person that just shines them off. And if they call you aloof, it means that you probably are. I mean, Jesus Christ, only because you're talented doesn't mean that you cannot be, where is it? A flake, a bitch, or aloof. You know? And also, the last thing she mentioned was that if people call you crazy, let me see. Oh, if people call you crazy, man, the way that I wrote it like not on something solid. I put a paper on my hand and I was writing like this. So all my writing, I'm having a hard time, you know, like understanding it. Oh, Jesus Christ, this is my exit. All right, guys, give me a second. Let me change lanes real quick. Save. Look towards the right. Look behind. Look towards the left. Look towards the front. All right, good. If people, and she said, if people call you crazy, it means that you probably had to ask for things more than once. And because because they didn't get it right the first time. Jesus damn. Whitney, you're a freaking comic. When you write a freaking joke, do you get it right the first time? Or, I mean, if you do, then you're like one in a million, one ever. I'm sure you don't get it right the first time. That's why you go on the road and you work your jokes, you know? So if you're asking for a freaking coffee and they don't get it right the first time, and you just happen to fucking have to tell them twice, oh Christ, man, like, what the fuck do you think you are? Really? Are you that fucking that falls into being a pitiful person. You know, just it falls into being pitiful, not compassionate towards other people, not understanding, and pretty much a bitch, aloof, crazy, and what else? And that other shit, and a flake. If people are calling you that, you're probably that. So don't get things twisted and think that people are just gonna fucking, you know, serve you like you're like some kind of god or something. I don't know. Like, what's wrong? Like, what's wrong with you? Oh my God, I have to tell them more than once. You know, am I crazy? No. You're not crazy. You just have to tell them more than once. And not everyone understands the first time. You know, they probably have other shit in their mind that you're telling them to go do, and they're trying to remember everything. Or they probably thought they understood you the right way. They got it wrong, like 1 out of 3, 4 things that they got wrong, and now you're like, you know, fucking bitching about it. You know, freaking blowing a gasket out of like simple shit, just regular human basic shit. Whitney, I'm a fan, but you need to pull your head out of your ass, literally, because damn it, that is not it's not right. And it's not right that you're encouraging other women to think the same way. You know, women and men, it's not even about women or men, just people in general should be more compassionate, you know, more understanding of other people. You know, and if people call you crazy, look, I mean, well, that's simple enough. Walk like a duck, quack like a duck. He's a fucking duck. If everyone calls you crazy, you're fucking crazy. If everyone calls you a fucking flake, you're a fucking flake. Because people don't just call people names just out of the fucking blues. You know, they don't. You know, I mean, someone might, out of spite, maybe they just don't like you, but it's not a constant thing. You know, if people are constantly calling you a fucking flake, it means that you're not returning calls, messages, texts. You know, you're not showing up. You're not, you know, if you say you're gonna do something, you're not, and that doesn't make you a strong woman or you know, making, you know, healthy choices. You know, I mean, a healthy choice is to have, if you commit to something, stick to it. And that's a healthy choice because that shows your character. Hey, you know what? If I said this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to stick to it regardless. If I change my mind, you know, someone's already counting on me. People are waiting. People are already, you know, unless it's your own thing that you're not involving in, I mean, like everyone else or some other person. It's just you're just going about doing your own shit, and you're like, you know what? I really don't feel like doing it right now. I'm just not. I'll do it later. Then that's fine. You know, up to a certain point. You know, but if you get other people involved and you're being a flake and they call you a flake, those are not making healthy choices. All right, so fucking pump your brakes. Man, I really don't understand people. I mean, I understand people, but I don't understand those comments when it comes to thinking that you're right because of your success. That somehow always makes you right. Like, regardless what you think, you know, you're just right because that's just what it is, because you're successful. I mean, you made it. You know, you've achieved what you want. So whatever opinion you have, whatever thoughts you have, you're right, because that's just what it is. It's not. If people are calling you, look, people call Trump a fucking lunatic, a racist. They call him many things. Is everyone wrong? I mean, is he making healthy choices? Is he thinking the way he does because he's not anyone's doormat? You know, Jesus Christ. And I know it's somewhat of an exaggeration, but that kind of builds to that mentality. The more power you have, the more you think you're right. And that, I mean, success and power doesn't make you right at all. Being understanding, being able to listen, and to work other people's thoughts in your mind and be like, you know what? You know, why did they tell me this? What they said sounds like they might be right. Or they told me, you know, they said something and then they followed up with an explanation. You know, let me think about it. I mean, before you open your big stupid mouth or act on it, just let it marinate for a while and see. They're probably right. Ugh, I think I was wrong all this time. But Jesus, man, to just go and post something like that online for people to see, that's fucking, I don't know. Anywho, talk to you guys later. Subscribe, follow me on Instagram, and take care of yourself. Bye-bye.